Hello, my name is David Ferraez. I'm a Buick GMC dealer in Greenbrook, New Jersey. Today I'd like to take a couple of minutes and share with you a subject that's very important to our industry. One thing we know is that over the last 30 years, the margins on vehicles have shrunk significantly. We know that the sales commissions have shrunk along with those margins. The quality of salesperson on our showroom floors today do not perform in a way that we would like them to, and I'm going to share some facts with you that is going to support this. A couple other facts I want to share with you. Over the last 30 years, the vehicle margins have shrunk, sales commissions have shrunk, while the responsibility of the professional salesperson has increased significantly. Prospecting and selling in our economic climate is the most competitive and challenging ever. Today, the consumers have information available to them which make it very difficult for a salesman to earn a commission on a car. Most sales commissions today are dealer flats on most new cars sold today. A dealer flat can be as little as $50, as much as a couple of $100, depending on how nice the dealer is or how profitable the dealer is. In our delivery process alone, it can take a salesperson 1 to 2 hours to professionally deliver the car to the customer once it's sold. And as many of you know, it can take days, weeks, or months for a customer to start shopping for and decide and buy. So we got days, weeks, and months prior to the sale and 1 to 2 hours after the sale. And 70% or more of these sales, the salesman earns the minimum amount of commission. Translate that into a year's income, the average car salesperson in the U.S. earns $43,000. That does include Mercedes salespeople, Lexus, BMW, and yes, Chevrolet, Ford, General Motors products as well. My belief is that most and many of our good salespeople have left General Motors and went to other manufacturers like BMW, Lexus, Mercedes, where the commissions are greater so that they can earn more money, because $43,000 average is not good enough to attract the quality of salespeople that we're looking for. A couple other facts. Customer incentives are up and down over the last 30 years, and that General Motors, I'm going to use that as I'm a General Motors dealer, pays customers up to $7,000 to buy their vehicle. Now, in the form of rebates and incentives. If the average is $3,000 to $4,000, we're still paying the customer to buy our vehicle, and the sales commissions have shrunk to flats. So we may pay a customer $5,000 or $6,000 to buy a vehicle and pay a salesman $100 or $200 to sell it. Doesn't make sense. That's why a lot of our professional salespeople have left General Motors. They're selling Hyundais, where they get factory salespeople commissions on every car, plus what the dealer pays, so that the average income of a Hyundai salesman will exceed the average commission of a General Motors salesperson. Let me kind of recap the first couple of minutes of me talking with you about the industry today. And what I want you to understand is that General Motors is building the best cars in the world, the best design in the world, more safety features, more technology than ever before. And yet the talent pool of salespeople that are selling these cars are significantly inferior to the wonderful cars that are being built, as previously described. So let me share a few more facts with you that are going to support what I'm saying. These facts that I'm going to share with you come from the Joe Verde Training Corporation, but are agreed to by the other trainers that I've talked with in the industry, and NADA supports these facts. But as an example, General Motors is building incredible cars, incredible design, incredible luxury and power. the salesmanship selling these cars are inferior to the product. And here's a few examples. 85% of the buyers that bought a new car said that their salesperson did not investigate their wants and needs, did not build rapport before they tried to sell them a car. That's unacceptable. And it goes on. 88% of the time, the buyer says, I got a lousy feature benefit presentation if I even had one. That's unacceptable. But that's what's going on our showroom floors in the USA today. Let's go with a few more of the facts. 90% of the people who do not buy are never contacted again, never followed up on. Again, this is unacceptable. 93% of the people who take phone ups mishandle the phone up, 93% of the time. And finally, the most devastating fact I can share with you is 82% of the new salespeople that get in this business get out within 6 months. Totally alarming, totally unacceptable facts that are operating on our showroom floors today, and there must be a reason for that. Now quickly, I want to talk to you about the sales talent that are selling cars on our showroom floors. And it sounds like I'm on a bash the salesman crusade. I'm absolutely not. I started selling cars to earn a living myself several years ago, 30 years ago. And I recognized then that the talent on the sales floor was very inferior to what it should be today. For the results to be 85% of the time, we don't present the car properly, we don't build rapport properly. Those figures are unacceptable to me. And truthfully and personally, I've been on a 30-year campaign to beat those figures. I want to outperform those figures so that I can outsell my peer dealers around me. What we've learned is that there are talent pools of people, and I've described them over a period of years. I've put together talent pools of people that are out of the industry from us and in the industry from us. As an example, I need to hire and recruit salespeople. So I run an ad in the paper, put it on the internet, and I want to recruit people. What I've learned is they come from 3 talent pools out of the industry or 3 talent pools in the industry. And I want to share with you a couple of minutes on these talent pools. First and foremost, out of the industry, we hope that this person will answer our sales wanted ad. This person is a recent college graduate, approximately 23 years of age, coming out of college with marketing degrees, master's degrees, business degrees. They're $100,000 a year hopefuls looking for a career. That is our greatest want to. The second want to out of the industry is for people that are 30 to 50 years of age, 10 to 15 years experience in the marketplace, either selling real estate, insurance, stocks, pharmaceuticals. Their $80,000 to $100,000 a year earnings history shows that. And those are the 2 most preferred pools. Now, in the industry, the talent pool of the best talent pool that exists out there is the person that's selling 25 to 40 vehicles per month. They're earning $150,000 to $200,000 a year. They're disciplined, they're well organized, they have a good work ethic, they have 10 to 20 years experience. So what percent of our applicants fit this pool, or this pool? And that number is less than 1%. So we have an uphill climb. Now, the second talent pool in the industry is experienced salespeople with 5 years or more experience, selling 15 to 25 cars a month, earning $100,000 a year. Some of these people can be ex-sales managers, former F&I managers, former internet managers. A very good pool to pick from. However, less than 5% of our salespeople come from this pool. Finally, the third pool, in the industry and out. Out of the industry first, they're all ages, They're first-time jobs with no experience. They're laid-off workers, people that are laid off from jobs they like. They're fill-in jobs. They're salespeople that have failed in the preferred field they were in. A lot of them are shoe salesmen, phone salespeople, furniture salespeople, and immigrants. In the industry side, they're job hoppers. They average 5 to 12 units a month at other dealerships. They're consistent underperformers. They move from dealership to dealership chasing pay plans, chasing hot products, or they just got fired for being an underperformer. So the question is, when you run your ad, you want to hire salespeople, where are your applicants coming from? From which one of these pools? We have studied, found out, the results are that 95% of our applicants are coming from pools 3, either in the industry or out. Either way, this is what the majority of our salespeople on our showroom floors today are doing. This is the talent we're working with. Now you can start trying to understand, why does 85% of the time we don't do our job right? 90% of the time we don't handle the phones properly. What do customers think of salespeople in general in the automobile industry? You don't get a lot of positive things from it. They're few and far between. Because the talent pools are what they are, we get the results that we get. Okay, now let me give you a brief recap of a couple of things we've mentioned. That the majority of our sales floors in the U.S. today, the average income's $43,000. It's a low number for professionalism. It's a low number to think about the amazing design and build and performance and technology into today's new cars. General Motors is way ahead on this. They have fabulous product. However, we're selling this fabulous product with the bottom pools of talent because of the lack of money. Here's a real eye-opening fact. When General Motors hires area sales managers, zone managers, regional managers, and any upper-level executive, they all come out of one talent pool. Nearly 100% of the time, they come out of the top talent pool out of the industry, most of them being college graduates. Very, very few of them come from this talent pool, very few. So General Motors, as an example, it's Ford as well, it's Chrysler as well, General Motors hires to represent them the best talent, and they pay for it. But they expect the dealers to sell this incredible product with the lowest talent. Now that we've clearly defined the talent pools that exist, wouldn't it be neat for every dealer to have on his showroom all of his people from the top 2 talent pools in the industry and out of the industry? And here's how that can be accomplished. And it's factory to salesman compensation that's done in an organized and quick manner. As an example, we're paying the customer on average $3,000 to $4,000 to buy the car. We take $300 of that money, no new expense, nothing tricky. We treat it as a rebate to the dealer. The dealer immediately pays it to the salespeople as they receive it. And now the minimum commission a dealer pays the salesman is $300 plus what the dealer pays. In my case, I pay $400 as a minimum. It could be $300, which is what I would recommend to you. But now, when a salesman sells any new car, they get $600 minimum for selling that car. And as most dealers will have, they'll have stair-step bonuses. A lot of dealers pay on the F&I income. So the salesman now gets $600 plus, and he gets it in a timely fashion, just as the rebates are paid to the dealers in 10 days to 2 weeks, the salesperson can get their money. It's taxed. They don't have to worry about paying tax on the end of the year. We can tax the money as it comes in. What this will do, it will take the average car salesman to over $100,000 a year in income. Once the average income of a car salesman exceeds $100,000, then the talent pool will change tremendously. Right now, as kids are coming out of college, I've got good friends that have children graduating from college as we speak. Nowhere is it on their radar screen to come sell cars at an automobile dealership for General Motors or Ford or anybody else. That's less than 1% does that happen. If they knew that there's over 100,000 for being average, if they knew that, they would line up to come to our dealerships to sell cars. It would totally transform what is on our showroom floor selling cars. The more skill and the more talent you have, the more cars you're going to sell with less rebates. It will take, instead of averaging $4,000 a car in rebates, maybe it only averages $2,000 a car. Instead of selling these new greatly designed vehicles with talent pool 3 people, now the majority of our staff becomes talent pool 1 again. So if we could change the nature of our talent by paying enough to get the right talent, every dealer's sales will increase, the manufacturer's expenses will decrease, and it's a win-win. The salesperson earns more, the dealer earns more, the manufacturer sells and earns more. That is the reason I'm so passionate about getting factory to salesman permanent income taken from what we pay the customer to buy the car with. A couple of final thoughts on factory to salesperson compensation. I've talked to so many dealers about this, it's incredible. A large majority support this. A couple have said, I don't like the factory paying my salespeople. It tends to mess their heads up. There's no consistency. So, for a month or two, they're on a high road, then they hit a low. And I agree with that. If it's not permanent, if it's not consistent, and if it's not quick, it doesn't help. So we need quick, we need permanent, and we need significant without creating an expense for the factory. So the few of you dealers that are afraid of this, keep in mind the talent pool on your floor is not coming right out of the colleges. They're churning people out with debt that they need to be selling and making money. They've got business degrees, marketing degrees, and right now they're not coming to you or me. They're going somewhere else. They're going to the pharmaceuticals, they're going to Wall Street, any place but the car industry. Enterprise rental car, but not the car industry. So when the average becomes over 100,000 a year, you're going to have more and more people coming to you from the pools 1, out of the industry, in the industry, because they can earn significant money, well over 100,000. Now look, we're talking about average. What if you're above average? Now the numbers become 150, 200, 250,000 a year selling automobiles. This is the talent pool that I'm looking for my dealership. It only takes money to make it happen. Yes, there's got to be some catches to it. There's got to be significant training, but all that's easy to put together. So in closing, I urge you to talk to your area sales managers, your zone managers, and encourage them to look into a way to pay our salespeople more money so that we can get better results, more sales, and more profits for our manufacturers. Thanks for listening.